Carrying around extra pounds of body fat is unhealthy and unpleasant. Belly fat is particularly simple to acquire, as is fat all over your stomach. Many people attempt to reduce their belly fat on their own, and the majority of them accomplish this by performing crunches and sit-ups until the fat is gone. But because they don't burn any calories at all, crunches and sit-ups are among the worst activities you can do. Unfortunately, doing ab workouts won't help you lose the belly fat. Therefore, exercising self-control when it comes to your diet and what you consume on a daily basis is actually the finest exercise you can do to lose belly fat. Even though your diet will always be the primary element in determining how many calories you consume, some exercises burn far more calories than others. The first exercise I want to start with is a simple medicine ball slam. The simplest way to do this is by using either a sandbag or a slam ball, which looks exactly like a medicine ball. These exercises can also be used to increase the number of calories you burn on a weekly basis, which will help you burn more fat from your whole body, including the fat on your midsection. You'll start with your feet shoulder width apart and the ball in between your feet, since I'll be demonstrating using a slam ball since slam balls are increasingly prominent in gyms. Squat down, grasp the ball, and then press it above your head while standing up. Then, smack the ball as hard as you can into the ground between your feet. Therefore, you shouldn't simply use your arms to hurl the ball to the ground. When the ball is above your head, you should bend at the waist and use the full force of your core to drive the ball into the ground. You should also draw your hips back out from beneath you. Then do reps by repeating. If you don't have access to either, you can simply construct your own sandbag using the bag I've linked up in the description. This exercise may also be done exactly the same way with a sandbag. You only need to add sand to get started. The wire wood chopper is another fantastic exercise that will leave you completely exhausted. To prepare this one, the pulley will be lowered to the base of a cable cross, where a D handle will be fastened. Then, while still standing, stoop down and hold the D handle with both hands. Put one hand over the other or simply interlace your fingers. Thus, you begin by standing straight up and holding a D handle in each hand at your side. With your elbows almost fully locked out, you'll squat down straight before standing up and rotating the cable from your hips over the shoulder on the other side. Keep your elbows nearly locked out as you return the wire back to the starting position. After performing reps on one side, switch to the other. Avoid the error of bending and extending your arms throughout each repetition. This should be a rotating movement, but most people don't engage in rotational strength building activities, which is a major issue because almost all injuries involve rotational forces. Therefore, building strength through exercises like the wood chop can greatly aid in reducing the risk of accidents. The weighted burpee is the following workout, which is among the best for burning calories overall. Grab 2 medium-weight dumbbells that you can curl and press over your head to start. Then, stand straight up with the dumbbells hanging down at your sides. Next, squat down while bending your back and place the dumbbells around the outsides of your feet. Finally, jump your feet back out into the push-up position and perform a push-up onto the dumbbells. You want to lift the dumbbells off the ground with good form, as if you were completing a suitcase deadlift, so hop your feet back in between your hands and stand straight up. So, as you rise up and begin to curl and push those dumbbells above your head, be sure to keep your lower back's neutral curve. Dumbbell repetitions are completed by lowering the weights to your shoulders, bringing them back to your sides, and repeating. Now, if you're just starting out, you can perform these with nothing more than your body weight, and for a milder impact, you can walk your feet out and then back in. Moving on. Kettlebell swings and other kettlebell movements are excellent for raising your heart rate and aiding in calorie burning. In fact, a 20-minute kettlebell workout can help the typical individual burn 400 calories, according to the American Council on Exercise. This is equivalent to burning 20 calories per minute, or 6 minutes per mile, while running. The kettlebell swing is a fundamental exercise that is included in every routine. With the kettlebell in front of you and your feet slightly wider than shoulder width, start the exercise by bending your knees and grabbing it with both hands while keeping your arms straight and relaxed. It is intended that this entire exercise be performed with the hips hinged, not the arms. Swing the kettlebell behind you in between your legs as you elevate the cowbell. Relax your knees. Shift your weight back into your heels. Lower your butt backwards and downward, and then drive through your heels and burst through your hips. The kettlebell should swing upward as a result of this powerful hip hinging motion. It's crucial to halt your hips as they move forward and keep them from moving past a neutral spine. If you press your hips forward too much, your spine will overextend, which almost certainly results in a back injury. So, pop your hips, squeeze your glutes and core to halt at neutral, then strive to raise the kettlebell to roughly chest height while keeping your arms out in front of you. Then, when you put your weight back on your heels, hinge your hips, catch the weight of the kettlebell, and use the momentum to immediately begin your next rep. Let the kettlebell come back down. Not a squat with a frontal lift, keep that in mind. You're doing it incorrectly if you're muscling the kettlebell up with your shoulders. The kettlebell long cycle is another exercise with a kettlebell that will burn even more calories, but you should only execute it if you've mastered standard kettlebell swings. To start, place 2 kettlebells in front of you on the floor, bend down, take one in each hand, and then swing them both between your legs with your hands neutral. Similar to the kettlebell swing, this move requires you to rapidly tuck your elbows into your ribs after popping your hips forward and bring your hands together under your chin. This ought to make a pocket where the kettlebell can be caught. Avoid the typical mistake of catching the cowbells with your hands spread wide apart, since this will externally twist your shoulder into a posture that is very likely to injure your shoulder. Therefore, once both kettlebells are in the rack position in the pockets you created with your arms, you should bend your knees, lean back slightly, and perform a push press to get the counterbelts over your head. Then, lower the kettlebells back into the rack position in the pockets while simultaneously bending your knees to catch the weight. From there, lower down and swing under in between your legs before popping back up and repeating for the desired number of repetitions. Next, we have one of the most effective fat-burning devices available, which is nothing more than a very long, hefty rope. The combat rope. There are various workouts you can perform with a combat rope to help you lose weight, so I'll quickly go over a few of them now, starting with the alternate speed rope slams. You will need to gently bend your knees, grab one end of the rope in each hand, and use your arms in a curling and extending action to create fast waves like slams along the rope's length. With this exercise, you should concentrate on moving the rope as quickly as you can. Alternately, by simultaneously slamming the rope high with both arms, you can concentrate on strength rather than speed. The ropes will be slammed all the way down utilizing your entire body, especially your core, just like the slam ball. Then, hoist them back up above your head and repeat for as many times as you desire. Another variation involves holding the rope in your hands upside down, raising it up, looping it across your body, and slamming it down. Then, you repeat on the other side, looping the rope up and over, slamming it down, and so on. The prowler is another fantastic, easy-to-use weight loss tool. As simple as it seems, you simply load some weight onto a prowler or a sled, push it in one direction, then bring it back in the opposite direction to complete a lap. I used to tell my gym members that if they were sluggish or unmotivated to work out, they should just come in and run 10 laps with the prowler. If you ever feel like skipping a workout, just head to the gym and push a hefty prowler sled for a total of 10 laps back and forth in my gym. Soon enough, the prowler earned the moniker, "Throw Up Machine." The grass is 60 feet long, therefore pushing the prowler is equivalent to 100 to 120 feet of a lap. Also keep in mind to choose a weight load that is heavy enough to require effort. The turf shouldn't be flying by you with no effort. The next exercise is mountain climbing, which may be done anywhere to significantly raise your heart rate. However, I want to focus on a more sophisticated technique that makes use of a TRX. The TRX straps will therefore need to be adjusted by being lowered to the bottom, a few inches above the ground. Then you will sit down with your feet near to the straps and cross them so that the left strap is on the right and the right strap is on the left. After that, you will place your feet in the straps and cross one foot over the other while you turn over onto your stomach. You'll next stand up into a push-up position and begin completing mountain climbers by bringing one knee in close to your chest and switching back and forth with your other leg for the duration of the exercise. The hammer swing is a fantastic exercise for that transverse or rotational plane of motion that also involves slamming. Not everyone will have access to this exercise, but anyone who is serious about giving it a try can go to a junkyard and pick up a tractor tire for free or for dirt cheap. They will also need a long hammer that weighs between 5 pounds and $15. They will then need to stand in front of the tire while holding the hammer with both hands and stagger their feet so that their left foot is in front of their right. They will then swing the hammer in an arc that looks like a. The Turkish get-up is our final workout in this series that burns a lot of calories. Whether it's a dumbbell or an accountable, you can hold any weight in one hand. Just make sure it's a moderate weight load and not too heavy. Your leg that is next to the weight should be bent at the knee. Lie on your back with the weight in one hand pointed straight up toward the ceiling. The other leg will remain straight while you sit up with your weight still pointing straight up towards the ceiling. From there, you will prop yourself up on your other elbow, sit up again with your elbow extended, and place your hand on the ground behind you. Next, you will lift your hips off the ground as if you were getting ready for a side plank, but you will instead create space to slide the leg that is closer to the ground, back behind you. You'll then rise fully into a lunge position while holding the weight above your head. The movement will then be reversed. In order to perform repetitions, lunge post, kick your leg out to the level of your elbow, and then return to the beginning position. These 10 activities are excellent at burning lots of calories, so using them should help you lose more fat. Remember that these exercises shouldn't be used as a substitute for a regular strength training program in which you lift weights and attempt to increase how much you can lift each session. In addition, you can employ these exercises to burn more calories and advance more quickly. Doing each activity for 10 interval rounds of 20 seconds on and 10 seconds off, followed by a minute break, is an easy method to include all of them into a fat-burning workout. It's going to be rather simple at first, but I can guarantee that by the end you'll be drenched in sweat. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Additionally, I'm including a link to a video below with some simpler modifications to the exercises we did today if they seemed intimidating or too difficult. If you want any additional coaching with your diet or workout plan and want to move forward, visit my website where you can get a complete 42-day workout plan, a tailored diet plan, a recipe book, and of course a coach to answer all your questions. Anytime you want to learn more, click the link in the following explanation.